So just a quick outline of what we'll cover: Canva, Hootsuite, and Buffer. Who's heard of any of these three? Who's heard of Canva? Everyone, just about. Hootsuite. Okay, and Buffer. Okay, so Canva is a graphic design platform online. We've done discovery cafes in the past for it, some kind of hands-on training showing you exactly how to use it, how it works. I'll touch on that a little bit today, but most of the day we're going to focus on the Canva Pro application. That's you get access to all the premium features as a nonprofit. It's really helpful. Hootsuite is a social media scheduling tool. It's a lot like Buffer. Hootsuite, in my opinion, is a little more user-friendly. I like it personally, but there are some downfalls to it versus Buffer. I personally use Hootsuite myself a lot for what I do. We used to use it at the chamber. However, they revised some of their stuff, and now we use Buffer, which is a little more affordable tool. John uses it. John will talk about it towards the end. But both of those are kind of similar in the fact that they both allow you to do social media scheduling. So you're not having to sit on Facebook, Instagram, whatever your social media channels are, and make sure, I have to post that tomorrow morning at 8 o'clock. I have to post this today at 9 o'clock. You can schedule that for months in advance. Makes life a lot easier. So Canva, as I mentioned a minute ago, it's a web-based design platform. You can literally design and publish anything, anywhere, anytime. They even have a mobile application on your phone that you can use too. That's super easy to use. There's a variety of plans they even have to fit individuals and business needs. They've got a free plan. Free plan's pretty good, but it doesn't give you access to some of the premium features, like some of the premium videos, photos, templates, and you also can't customize your branding kit on that either. The Pro version we'll talk about today, they have enterprise, education, and for nonprofits too. The enterprise is for larger businesses, but today we'll be focusing on the Pro version for nonprofits. It's great for social media and video marketing, office, like presentations like this today, cards and invitations. Fun fact, I actually designed my own wedding invitations on Canva. I designed those myself and sent those out. So that's just how awesome you can use it for just almost anything. So Canva Pro, it's available to nonprofits for free. That comes out to about $120 a year. You can say, just being a nonprofit, you can file for that. You can have 5 team members on the account as well. So it's not just an individual on the account. You can have access to it to collaborate and design. You also have access to that premium content I was talking about. A lot of that premium content is going to be photos and videos that otherwise would not be available with the free version. There's places to find that stuff, but it's a little more legwork. I'll show you where to find that too if you want to look for those and keep the free version. But access to premium content. Also, one of the key things that I've noticed with Canva Pro is you have the ability to resize designs with just one click. So you can use pre-sized designs in Canva. Say you wanted to design an 8.5 by 11 size flyer. So with the free version, you can't resize that. You can copy and paste the stuff over to a different size, but you have to reformat and do everything else. With the Pro version, one click, change whatever you want to. It makes life a lot easier. Custom templates for branding too. You can put in your logo. You can save your logo in their system, your color codes, your font styles, everything. So that way it's right there on your screen. You don't have to go in and type in your hex codes or your font style every time you want to design something. It's also a really helpful background remover tool for photographs. Some resources for Canva. I'll touch on that here in a second as well. They have some great tutorials, some online courses, and actually a nonprofit specific blog, which is really helpful if you're looking for design ideas or some help with that. So the nonprofit program here, so a little tight on the slide there. So the eligibility guidelines, you must be a registered nonprofit with a 501c3 designation or a social impact organization focusing on public community benefit, public health organizations, government entities assisting with public health, and it can take up to 7 to 10 days for the application review. In most cases, it takes a day or two, but they just kind of give an extra buffer for that. Ineligible organizations, if you're a C4, C6, or a nonprofit status, that's ineligible. For example, the chamber is a C6, but we have a C3 foundation. So if you have a foundation that's a C3, you can apply for that, which is what we did. If you're K through 12 schools, colleges, university, ineligible for the nonprofit program, they have an education program that's free as well. So you can use that. Commerce and trade associations, political and labor organizations, and individuals too. Those are ineligible for the nonprofit program. So some of the resources I mentioned a minute ago, pixelbay.com, pexels.com, unsplash.com, some great photos, vector images, which are just your typical clip art images, videos, illustrations. Those are online, no charge. If you want, I'll let you guys jot that down. I see you're writing feverishly over here. Those are great resources for free stock images. videos if you ever need to use those. So before we hop into Hootsuite, I'll show you those part of Canva. Let's see. Make sure any questions in here yet. Okay, good. So the dashboard here on Canva Pro looks exactly the same as the Canva free version. It's just the Pro version. It's an easy application process. If you just if you Google Canva for nonprofits, it's an easy application you can do. But here you can go to, as I mentioned a minute ago, you design your brand kit. You can upload your logo, your color palette for that, and text styles as well. So that way it's saved for you. You don't have to recreate it every time you do a new design. So, for example, if you go to, I want to create a Facebook post here. But you can also go to here and type in whatever you want. So if it's a Facebook event cover or maybe just an Instagram post, you can type in that and it gives you the correct dimensions for that. So let's go to Facebook post for the example. So normally some of the items in the load up, come on. Normally some of these items wouldn't be available to you because they're with the Pro version, but let's just say, hang on 1 second. So for example, some of these video clips here, just an example. You see his free right there on the side, the corner right there? Those are the free version. With the Canva Pro version, it's marked there with Canva Pro. You can use those. You can purchase those through the Canva free program, but it's kind of a waste of money if you're a nonprofit and you can just have the whole thing together. Same thing goes for pictures as well, but I won't spend too much time on that though. But as far as some of the resources for Canva as well, they have great templates for your social media, personal, like I said, invitations, business presentations, website, marketing pieces, education, and as far as any kind of tutorials, guides that you need help with like that, they have a courses section, tutorials, and blog as well. So really easy to use, really user-friendly. We use a fair amount at the chamber. John does a lot of our social media and design stuff, so he uses Adobe. But if you aren't into paying for that, you can always use this. Canva's great for a lot of nonprofits and a lot of social media design stuff. I use it a lot personally for a lot of the roles I'm involved in the community, my volunteer roles. So we'll jump into Hootsuite now. Any questions, Canva, before I move on to the next one?
This is kind of a generic question, and maybe for John. So I noticed that video is very popular versus photos.
Mm-hmm.
What's the attraction?
Video?
Mm-hmm.
Well,
like how would I choose? Why would I go with one versus the other?
I think it just depends on who you're targeting and what information you're trying to put out. I think with video on social media, it's good if you're trying to tell a story about something. Maybe you can convey more with a video, evoke more emotion that way through video. I find that shorter videos work better than longer videos on social media. But people like being able to listen to something really quick and then keep scrolling. So,
Okay, but I saw that there were free videos.
Mm-hmm.
Well, why would I choose?
I think that's more.
Or how do I choose? What's an advantage?
So a lot of those are more to enhance whatever you're doing. Like, say you're doing a commercial on advertising your business, and maybe you don't want to go out and actually film something. Well, those stock videos, you might be able to type in someone on their computer frustrated or something. And you might get a video of a lady just frustrated on her computer, and then you can put your own text on there, like,
Great, you nailed it.
come to me,
That's my
come to
market.
me, yeah, exactly. So
Yeah.
things like that.
Perfect answer, yeah. And you can search by type of video too. The ones I was showing just now, those are just some that are just suggested there. You can type by specific topics. So you can type, office work or typing, and it would pull up some that have those tags in.
Is it that the motion just seems to draw the eye better? Than
Yeah.
A lot of times, yeah.
Like John, people love bite-sized videos. They don't want to sit there and watch a 5-minute long video. If it's something just kind of scrolling, like if someone's banging their hands on the keyboard, and then they're like, frustrated, call me, Kathy Struntz. Like, just something to kind of catch the eye. It just catches the eye more than just a static post.
lot of people like are more visual.
Yeah.
Versus I'm having to read what you're
Yes.
advertising.
Mhm.
You know, people, catch it different ways.
Yeah. And that's why our newsletter every week, it's a video every single week. There's never a stat. The one when we had introduced Sean earlier this week, it's had what, probably close to 2,000 views now.
I'm over 2,000.
Yeah, so he's keeping track of it.
Goal 3.7.
Yeah.
I'm gonna take that over, but I'm over 2 right now.
So the video content is just more engaging, just catches the eye a lot better. So for Hootsuite, like I said, it's a social media management platform. It's capable of covering almost every aspect of a social media manager's role. It saves you a ton of time with the ability to schedule posts ahead of time. You can start, scheduling posts your entire week. Set your day on Sunday or Monday morning to schedule the posts for the entire week, or even schedule them out, for a month or two at a time, which is what I do with the screenshot you see here. Is actually a screenshot of I'm a race director for the Etowah Heroes 5K with the Gadsden Runners Club. That's a screenshot of my free account I have. But you have the ability to publish, engage, and analyze posts across multiple accounts. Those are some of the accounts that you can link. Your Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, LinkedIn, Pinterest, if you have all those. For the Etowah Heroes 5Ks page, I have just a Facebook and Instagram. That's all I really feel that I need. The Chamber, we have everything. We have every social media. And John's in charge of doing those through Buffer. So with Hootsuite, as you can see there, it's pretty pricey. Those are the full price plans. The free plan, it's single user only. The features are really, really limited. You can only have 2 accounts and only 5 scheduled posts. That's why we transitioned to Buffer. It just fit our needs better. Before you could have, I think, 4 or 5 accounts, which was fine for us. But then they changed the pricing and only allowed you to have 2 accounts and only 5 scheduled posts. And that being said, if you scheduled the same exact post for Facebook and Instagram, that's 2 posts. So knocking that 5 scheduled posts out is really quick, and then you're having to spend a lot more time scheduling. So it just worked for us better to transition to something else. The professional plan is for single users only. It's $50 a month, up to 10 accounts and unlimited scheduled posts. The team plan is $129 a month for 3 users, up to 20 social accounts. I'm not sure who in here might have 20 social accounts, but unlimited scheduled posts, and then the business account, which is kind of I put that there just for information. So Hootsuite for nonprofit, though, it is called Hoot Giving. It's available for registered nonprofits. You have to be able to hold your charitable status to IRS and provide that as well. You get half off on all social media solutions, the professional and team plans. They also have really great training education programs. They have a great social media kind of boot camp to help you know what works best for different platforms, how to design. It's really helpful. I've been through it. It's really helpful. Really simple application form. Again, some ineligible organizations are religious entities, schools, universities, governmental entities and agencies, hospitals, private grant-making foundations, credit unions, and legislative or political activity organizations. Before we hop into Buffer, I'll show you what Hootsuite looks like. This is the free version. That's what I use personally. So, for example, this is the dashboard looks like. So you see here, it shows your stream of your Instagram posts, your Facebook posts, and also who's mentioned your pages as well. It's super easy to use. You just create a post there, and you can select which account you want to use and create your post, and it'll show you a test over there. I'll just put one for both. And then test. You can add your media here too. If I have anything, there we go, that'll work. And it'll give you a nice little preview of what it'll look like on your social media. And you can also, I said you can schedule a post. You can see this post in here in the publisher section. And look for the entire month. You can see a couple posts scheduled there, posted there. A couple scheduled upcoming here on the 12th. You can view those. Pull up. You can see it looks like here the Facebook post here coming up. Encouraging folks to sign up. It's coming up in February. If any of you are runners, sign up for it. But it just kind of gives you a preview of what it'll look like on your page. And that's all I've got for Hootsuite. Log out of that. So the last one is Buffer. I said it's pretty similar to Hootsuite. We use it here at the chamber. John uses it daily for just about everything we do. You also have the save time to ability to schedule those posts, ability to publish, engage, and analyze those posts too. All the same accounts you can link, except for I think you can't link YouTube, can you? Yeah, YouTube is one you can't link. That's really one of the differences as far as linking your channels. As you can see there, the plans are much cheaper than Hootsuite. As we transitioned to that, had a lot more flexibility with adding our channels and scheduling posts further out. The free version of 3 channels, only 10 posts, 10 scheduled posts. The Essentials plan, I think we have the Team plan, I believe. Either the Essentials or Team. But it's Essentials, okay. And it's the single use only, but you have unlimited social channels and unlimited posts too. And the Team, pretty similar, so you have unlimited users. So Buffer for nonprofits, it's available for all registered nonprofits. Again, super easy application process. It's a half off on all their products and plans. Of course, you have to provide your official documentation, your 501c paperwork for them. So before we end that and go into the questions, John, you want to step up here and take over Buffer and run them through that really quick?
So I'm going to be going on Buffer directly here. How many of y'all are actually managing your social media yourself, or do you have someone else doing it for you? So it's so important to be able to save time using stuff like this. Buffer is one of those ways that you can save time because you're really scheduling ahead, and then you're just one click and it's posting to 4 platforms at once instead of having to go on each individual social media, upload the picture, write out the caption, hit upload, and you're not sitting there like, oh, I got to wait till 8 p.m. before I post this. So you can do that all in advance. Besides publishing, you can also look at data for your posts, so you can see which ones are doing better than others, so you can figure out what's working, what's not working for you. And also you can engage on Buffer. So you can see incoming comments from people on all platforms in this one website. And you can choose to like or reply to them all in this one place. So that's why I think it's so useful. He already went over the pricing plan. It's looks like it's $6 a month here, but with the 50% off, you're going to go down to $3 a month. So you're paying per social media platform. So you'd have to pay, with the 50% discount, it'd be $3 per month for Twitter, and then $3 for Instagram, and then $3 for Facebook. So really, in the grand scheme of things, that's not a lot for something that saves you so much time. So I'm going to log in here into Hours and show you guys just how to make a quick post and just how it can be so useful for each of your platforms. So we have our Facebook here, our LinkedIn linked, our Twitter, and our Instagram linked. And you would just go here to create posts, and you would write out, so maybe we're doing a post about our student leadership that we had yesterday. So I'm going to say our student leadership council had so much fun yesterday. And then I don't have a picture, but we would hit add image and you could drag in a picture from your computer that easy. So right now you can see we have Facebook selected, but the great thing about Buffer is that you can, once you have your accounts linked, you can click on each one of these and it's going to make the same exact identical post. And it's going to copy what you just wrote onto each of those. So say with most social media, your messaging needs to be different on each one to kind of reach the audience you're looking for. So Facebook, the audience will be more in your late 20s to 30 range. So they might want a longer post. They might want to know more information about what you're posting about. So you could add more detail, blah, 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 more detail onto Facebook. Instagram, your audience tends to be a little bit younger. Maybe they don't want to read as much. You would shorten your message. So you can do all that all in this one place. LinkedIn, more business orientated. Maybe you want to add more information about how useful the Student Leadership Council is. So you'd add that in. And then, so it's all in one place for you. It's going to copy the same image over to all those places. So you don't have to do it but just one time. and then you would hit this drop down arrow. It's not going to let me because I don't have a picture uploaded. And then you could schedule it for a certain time. So I would normally do later in the day because most people are working during the day, especially the Chambers audience is going to be skewed towards the older crowd. So they're going to be at work. They're not going to be looking at social media. You want to hit them at 6 p.m., 7 p.m. when they're home. They just made dinner and they're just relaxing. Maybe they're just scrolling on social media. So that's basically the basics of Buffer. Does anybody have any questions about that? Yes. No. Well, the reason why is because I was creating a post and I was posting to Instagram as well. Instagram, you have to have a picture. So it's not going to let me make a post. I would just have to take Instagram out and then it would allow me to post, but it would just be text to all those 3 platforms. Yes, Sean.
Are you able to tag people within that? So if I'm on, put somebody's Twitter handle on there,
You can. So it's kind of limited by the platform that you're on. So you can tag someone from Facebook. I think it will recognize, like, let's say, like Mana might come up. It's a little finicky, but it tries its best to find the person if you type it in. This is probably not actually Mana.
Probably not.
Yeah, you want to confirm. You want to confirm before you ever like add something because it's going to do its best to find them, but you're not going to have a really clear picture of if it's actually the right one. So it'll show up. I don't know why it's not. Etowah Chamber, yeah.
It's not as easy to use as if you use the platform directly. Because when you text someone, usually you can see a picture like, yes, that's them.
Yeah, so like it has our @ and then it has this number string. It's like an ID. I don't know. It's hard to explain, but like you could check that to make sure it's right. And I'm sure that is right. But it's.
would you recommend them just scheduling it out, have it post on whatever day, and then you go back behind to the platform at whatever given time and tag whatever you're trying to tag? Is that right?
Yeah, I do that a lot. I'll go ahead and make the post with the person's name already in the post. And then I won't tag on Buffer, but I'll go back and edit the post and tag them in it just to make sure it's right. But that's only if you're ever making a lot of scheduled posts with someone mentioned in it, which it's not too common. But your most common use cases with this is going out in advance and trying to save your time by maybe making 4 posts to all social medias on Christmas, on Thanksgiving, on Memorial Day, on Veterans Day. Do that all in advance. You don't have to waste your time and think about that later on. And then also it's useful because like with this chamber council, once we have it recorded and we have the link uploaded to YouTube, I will post on all 4 social channels with the link and be like, hey, check out this chamber council on nonprofits. But if you guys don't have any more questions, yes, Kathy.
So there's no way to tag the people in a picture?
You can. I'm just saying it may not accurately tag them. Yeah.
Do it that way.
It's safer to just go in and edit it later on if you have time. Mm-hmm.
The posts for my church that have been the most successful are often ones with several people in it
Yes.
who are heavy Facebook users and have, and then boom, it explodes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think photos and stuff on Facebook, it'll still tag their face and stuff. It's the like adding them that's a little finicky sometimes, but that's just a limitation of software right now. Yes.
I think we make one engagement comment that maybe just kind of common sense, that you kind of touched on as well. John just did an end of the year video, and in it had, I looked at the career center, and in it had all 3 of our representatives that actually go out in the community on the video. And I was like, man, that's impressive, because we didn't even do that much. The more people that you can put in a making suggestions to somebody because of that. Like, I was like, hey, new people need to go in there because people want to feel that kind of celebrity.
Yeah.
So like when you're doing, your post, try to put as new faces and people in there as you can that people recognize, and you have one person to do it too, because we're all vain.
Yeah, that's why when I make a lot of Facebook posts, if there's a group picture, I usually put that at the very top so that that's the first thing people see. Because people like seeing faces, they like seeing a lot of people. So, yep. That's all I got. Will, if you want to wrap up here.
That's it for this month's Chamber Council on Nonprofits. For the first one for the year, thank you to Episcopal Day School for sponsoring this year's series as well. I'm going to turn the recording off, and we'll see you guys next time around.